So, Bruno and I came to Paris. It was the first time I'd been back since, well, since the last time. I was on the trail of Cesaro and the Dragon Power. We waited till it got dark. Then Bruno led me through the back streets to the place he suspected. I waited while he checked the readings on his mysterious device.
My calculations indicate that this is the place.
Behind that wall? Are you sure?
My machine tells me it is there, and I have no reason to doubt it.
Okay. Well, let's get inside and take a look.
No, I am not going in there. I said I would bring you here, and that is what I have done. I am not going in there.
Bruno, you're just being paranoid.
No, it is only paranoia when they are not out to get you.
Okay, Bruno, you stay here.
Paranoid? Has George forgotten that we found Bruno tied up in a burning barn?
Bruno was really jittery, but I guess he had a right to be. And these little streets were enough to make anyone nervous. Bruno, are you sure this is the place?
Yes, here is the place the machine is indicating.
Well, if the machine said it was so, I wasn't going to argue. You really don't look too good.
You're not so hot on social skills, eh?
What I meant was, are you okay?
I am fine. You just take care of yourself.
How reliable is that machine? I mean, how many of these Earth power sites have you found with it?
You understand nothing.
It's not about understanding. It's about believing. Hey, that machine sure is a piece of work. Homes in on ancient dust, huh?
You are quite a witty man, I think, Mr. Storbart.
You know, I like to keep things cheery.
I find it very tiresome. Please desist.
Sure. By the way, this place doesn't look right to me.
But the readings are very strong. Maybe you missed something.
I'll bet you any money that this door is locked.
The door to the repository was old and heavy. They sure didn't want anyone taking their books. The door was locked tight. I'd have to find another way in. The lid had been propped open. I couldn't close the lid from the ground.
I'm guessing that we can get access through this container here, considering that there are hotspots there.
It was a large recycling dumpster. I wondered what sort of things the French recycled.
What sort of question is that? There is a window here, but as you can see, no hotspots. Free spaces may have been overkill. Or maybe not. You would have thought that they would have kept this container closed, especially at night time.
The window was latched inside. One of the panes was smashed, leaving a gaping hole. Suddenly, I was very scared of what lay ahead. Aha! The window opened easily.
I would have laughed if George fell straight through as he unlocked the latch.
I found myself in a book repository. It was a light switch. Nothing happened. It was just a door. Nothing interesting about it. Locked. Maybe from the other side? Books on cryptozoology, care and feeding. Imagine keeping a yeti as a pet. Think of the hairballs. Yuck.
It's not the hairballs that I would worry about.
Books on conspiracy theory. On the shelf below, the label read, Conspiracy Practice. A small metal filing cabinet. The labels on the drawers indicated that they were for storing the bills and paperwork. The drawers wouldn't open. They were securely locked. Books on relationships. Looking for love in the strangest places. I made a mental note to stay away from bookshops for the rest of my life. Books on sex. Nobody ever accused George Stobart of being scared to learn new tricks. The Kama Sutra. Of course, people had more joints in those days. Sex, a one-man mission. Well, only if you can't find a woman. Problems in the sack. Ah, I see. That should be in the vegetable section. This was a strange section. Secret doors and tunnels, construction and maintenance. There was a little plaque on the top of the shelf. These books kindly donated by the governor of Alcatraz. Just some filing cabinet drawers. The labels on the drawers were old and unreadable. The filing cabinet was locked and I didn't have the key. Books on the occult and the paranormal. Sacrifice Made Easy. 101 Ways to Kill a Goat. The perfect Christmas gift. It was a light switch. There was a box in the way of the switch.
Now, most normal people in real life would move the box slightly to the left and then reach in and turn the light on. But this is not real life. As you can see, we have some crates laying around.
The room was just a storeroom.
And just like in Broken Sword 2, turning on the light reveals some scratches.
Deep scratches had scarred the floor.
Thankfully, this crate puzzle is not overly complicated.
A trap door was set flush into the floor. A ladder led down into a well-lit passage. It looked like Bruno could be right. The ladder led back up to the repository. A crafty place to hide a secret tunnel. was some kind of ancient boiler. It was like something from a horror movie. I half expected to hear screams coming from inside. It was just a door. Nothing interesting about it. Locked. Maybe from the other side? Hey, they got a show. It was some kind of a rehearsal. As a one-time director of the Idaho Players, I was no stranger to the thespian arts.
Where is it? We must have the location.
I tell you, I don't know.
Ah!
Let me do this properly. I know I can break her.
As you wish, Petra.
I'm not scared of you, you bunch of thugs.
Bravo! Ooh!
Senior Cicero, sir. Sorry to bother you.
Yes, what is it now?
We got a little problem downstairs.
Do be precise, Flap. What kind of a problem?
An intruder problem. A guy's getting killed problem.
Ah, just as I was getting comfortable.
Cesaro! This was no rehearsal. And the girl giving the Oscar performance was my old friend Nico.
This is very tiresome. You will stay here, Miss Collard. Don't try anything.
Some hope. What do you think I'm going to do? Ask the audience for help?
Flap, you watch her like a hawk.
Like a hawk, Senior Cicero.
The name is Cesaro. Senor Cesaro. Do try and make an effort, Flap, or I shall have to kill you too.
It seems like Flap survived the fall from the train, although his mouth seems to have had some issues ever since. We need to make sure that Flap does not see us. There is a creep function in this game, but we don't need to use it. As long as we aren't seen and stay in the shadows, we should be fine.
The direct approach was out of the question. As soon as I stepped from the shadows, I'd be spotted. I had to find another way onto the stage.
If we try to go through that door again, Flap kills us. I said before that there is no permanent death in this game, but I'm not sure if it restarts the game from a checkpoint or from an old save. I think it must be from a checkpoint, as when I tried to enter the door in a previous playthrough, it sent me back to Nico's apartment as Nico. And
Whoa! The gangways were dangerous. They'd fallen away in places. It was a long way down.
whoops, I did not mean to speak while George was speaking.
The rope held up the lighting rig. The lighting rig lowered part of the way, but then jammed fast.
But what I was saying is that with Flap killing George, where the doorway is, I have a save file in that exact same moment. But with the incident with Nico jumping out of the way of the car, and also with the fight with Petra, if you fail those events, it restarts those events from the start again, instead of sending you back a significant portion of the game.
Hanging from the rigging was an old sandbag. It must have been used as a counterweight. I hoped this would get his attention. Heads up, buddy. Well, well, well. Nicole Collard, tied to a chair, needing to be rescued. Again.
George! Don't just stand there. Untie me.
You know, this is becoming a habit. Maybe you should seek help. Okay, okay.
Come on. Hurry.
Jeez, these knots are tight. Aha! Got it. Seriously, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. And it is good to see you. Your timing's perfect.
It always was.
So, how's Idaho, George?
Same as ever. It's a great vacation state. You ought to visit sometime.
Got any friends who'd put me up?
I could put a word in for you.
You're a real sport. Why the sudden interest in theater?
I'm on the trail of a guy who killed one of my clients. A man called Cesaro.
That's the maniac who captured me.
I know. I was watching from the stalls. Thought you were pretty good, by the way.
Thanks. I wasn't looking forward to the next scene, though.
Yeah. Those guys, they got their own special twist on the word corpse.
So tell me about Cesaro.
Cesaro connects back to the Neo-Templars.
Surprise, surprise. That explains Idiot Guy over there.
So why are you here?
The blonde. She killed the guy I was due to interview. Tracking her down brought me here.
We're working on the same case. Now that's amazing.
Only if you believe in coincidence. Do you?
No.
Me neither. Come on, George. We can't sit around here all day.
So it's just business as usual then?
Seeing Nico again was a strange experience. She was more beautiful than I remembered. Not that I would have dared tell her so.
Why not?
Nico?
Yes, George?
I wonder if you could help me out.
It depends on what you want.
So, Nico, you still a reporter?
Not according to my editor.
Well, what happened? You get fired?
No, I quit first.
So, why did the blonde kill the guy you were interviewing?
He was trying to contact me. Said he had information about all this weird meteorological stuff going on. Said the world was going to end.
It was one heck of a shot, but I guess the cleaners wouldn't be too pleased. Nice to see someone else with a headache for a change. I knew the guy all right. He used to work for the Grand Master. Flap, they called him. Last time I'd seen him, he was falling from an express train in Scotland. Just too butt-ugly to die, I guess. Flap believed in traveling light, just his IQ and his gun. Me, I just put faith in the old IQ. It was an old stage light burning brightly. Ah! Damn, that's hot! What an incredibly dumbass thing to do.
Then why did you do it? Now this way is not progress. I'm just going to explore the area a little bit more before we leave. Although we're not going to leave the theatre anytime soon.
Popcorn buckets lay strewn across the counter and floor. Normally, I was prepared to kill for popcorn, but this didn't look too appetizing. I didn't want to take one with me. Dust and Weevils, my favorite theater snack. It was some kind of old drinks maker, the kind where you had to mix the syrup and the soda yourself. Just two flavors, lemonade and cola. Damn, just my luck, no soda. The door probably led to a pantry or a storeroom. It was locked and wouldn't open. Wow, it was a classic cash register. I remember these from when I was a kid buying candy. Maybe there was some cash still inside. Well, the drawer was jammed, so I guess not. It looked like a disposable cup. It had been crushed.
Whoops. I kind of overshot that one.
The panel controlled the sound. The sound equipment controls were completely wrecked. The panel was wrecked beyond repair. This panel was broken too, wrecked on purpose. There was no point in coming all this way for nothing. I had to know why this place was so important. I wondered what the button was for.
Something tells me that we may be using this soon.
A beautifully painted cloth backdrop. It was a perfect market scene. Fruit stalls and bric-a-brac stalls. I'd found a box of theatrical grease paints. The sight transported me back to another day in Paris, a peaceful cafe, and a clown. And boy, did I hate clowns. I stuck my hand into the box and grabbed a stick. Bestheimer's number 7, white. What a lucky guess. Nico?
Yes, George?
Take a look at this, Nico. I found it under the stage. Face paints.
Well done, George. Shall I paint your face like a tiger, or maybe even a cute little bear?
Some other time, I think, Nico.
Oh, I wanted to be a bear.
Do you want this grease paint, Nico?
No thanks, George. I already carry my own makeup. You keep it.
It was an old wooden door. It was just a wig mannequin. The drawers in the dresser were empty. They looked as if they'd been emptied years ago. Tucked under the counter was a safe. There was no dust on it. It was still in use. The rotting floor had begun to buckle under the weight. Damn! The safe was locked. But on reflection, that was hardly a surprise. Some kind of play script, in French. This wasn't the time to stop and read.
Then take it with you.
The drawers in the dresser were empty. Nico?
Yes, George?
The safe back there has recently been used, and it's locked.
If it's important enough for Cesaro to keep in a safe.
Exactly. Ugh.